If you think Temecula is just wine tastings and calling it a night by 8 p.m., you're doing it completely wrong. Yes, the wineries are great, but if all you do is hop from tasting room to tasting room, you're going to leave just thinking, that was nice. But nice is not what we're here for. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do in Temecula. Whether you have a full weekend trip or you're considering a move here, I want to share with you exactly what there is to do. And I'm starting with the experience that instantly changes how you see this place. Because Temecula isn't just wine country. It's full of adventure, it's full of food, it's full of hidden gems. And if you do it right, it can feel like a mini European escape without leaving Southern California. And stick around because at the end, I'm sharing one local move that most tourists completely miss. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley. From new construction tours to neighborhood spotlights to new things coming here to the valley, I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like living here before you make the move. Let's get to it. If you do one unforgettable thing in Temecula, make it a sunrise hot air balloon ride. And I don't mean wake up whenever sunrise, I mean the first launch of the morning. You gotta be there early, and here's why. The winds are calmer, the sky is clearer, and the lighting over the vineyards is absolutely unreal. You're literally floating above rolling hills and rows of vines as the sun comes up over the valley, and it doesn't feel like Southern California. It feels like Tuscany. And here's the strategic move that most people miss. Book this for your first morning, not your last. Why? Because it sets the tone for the entire trip. When you start your weekend floating above wine country, everything else feels just elevated. Now, instead of we're just here to drink wine, it becomes we're here for an absolute experience, and that shift really changes things for you. But once you land, the day is just getting started. Here's where most people mess up Temecula. They try to hit 5 or 6 wineries in one day. And that sounds fun in theory, but in reality, it's exhausting. And everything starts tasting the same. And instead, here's what you should be doing. Pick 2 wineries per day. That's it. One with a scenic vineyard, the kind with the insane views where you want to take your time and share all the Instagram photos and all of that. And then find one boutique winery, something smaller, more intimate, where you can actually talk to the staff and learn something about the wine and the food that you're experiencing. I'd say quality over quantity when it comes to visiting the wineries here, and just make sure that you're spacing them out. Go to one in the late morning, take a break, do lunch somewhere different, and then maybe one more in the late afternoon. You'll enjoy it a lot more than trying to cram in a ton into one full day. So you'll remember more and you won't feel wrecked by 4 p.m., especially if you're hitting 6 different wineries and tasting all that wine. And here's a bonus most visitors skip: olive oil tasting. Yeah, I know, not as fun as wine, but Temecula has some incredible locally produced olive oils and balsamics, and it's completely different experience than the wine. It resets your palate, it feels more elevated, and almost no tourists even think to do it. But Temecula really comes alive when the sun starts to go down, which brings us to the next move. Most people walk through Old Town Temecula in the middle of the afternoon. They browse the shops, grab a coffee, and leave. And that's really not the play. Old Town is a sunset to night experience if you're going to do it right. Come right around golden hour as the sun is setting. Start with appetizers instead of committing to a full dinner immediately. You've got places like 1909 or the Goat and Vine are perfect places to kick things off. Then get up and go for a walk. And don't just stay on the main strip. Take some of the side streets. There's fun little bits as you explore some of the little side streets. Now, Old Town's not huge, so you're not gonna get lost or anything, but check out some of the tucked away bars. Look for some live music, especially on the weekends. And if you want to level it up, find the 2 hidden speakeasy spots here in Temecula. There are places that don't look like much from the outside and feel completely different once you step in. This is where Temecula shifts from like relaxed wine country to unexpectedly lively night out. You'll hear music, see lights strung up across patios, people are dressed up, energy is in the air, and suddenly it doesn't feel like a sleepy town that you once thought it was, especially if you were on the other side of town in wine country. But if you want balance and not just the food and drinks, you need to step outside the vineyard bubble. Temecula isn't just wineries, it's rolling hills, lakes, open space, and adding just one outdoor activity changes the entire vibe of a trip for someone visiting here. You can hike near Vail Lake, you can rent e-bikes and cruise through the wine country instead of driving it. You can walk trails or just find a quiet spot to catch some views and slow things down. And here's why I would say this matters. Trips that are only food and alcohol feel indulgent. Trips that mix adventure with indulgence feel more intentional, and you just feel more connected. When you add some movement, fresh air, and some scenery, you don't just visit Temecula, you get to actually experience it. And depending on where you go, the entire town can feel completely different. This is something almost no one talks about. Temecula changes with the seasons. Spring brings wildflowers and perfect hot air balloon weather. Summer brings concerts in high energy, a little bit warmer temperatures. And then fall is harvest season, which means the vineyards are alive with activity. And winter, Old Town is lit up for the holidays like a Hallmark movie. So before you book a trip or a visit out here, check the local event calendar or contact us so we can get you on our newsletter so you can see what's going on and catch all those activities. Because if you accidentally land during a festival or concert weekend, your experience levels up instantly. And finally, here's the one local move. Skip the crowded winery restaurants at peak hours. Instead, make one intentional reservation at a higher end spot, ideally during some off-peak times. Brunch overlooking the vineyards is totally elite. An early dinner before the sunset is fantastic. You get to avoid the crowds, you get better service, and you actually get to enjoy the setting rather than the hustle and bustle that comes along with busy dinner hours. This is the difference between feeling like a tourist and actually feeling like you know what you're out here doing. So here's the truth. Temecula isn't just wine tastings. It's sunrise balloon rides over the valley. It's strategic winery hopping instead of overdoing it. It's a sunset in Old Town with some live music in the background. It's olive oil tastings, lake views, seasonal festivals, and intentional dining. Coming to this thinking Temecula was just a quick wine trip, and now you're thinking about a full weekend reset, then I think I did my job here. If you want, I can put together a detailed 48-hour Temecula itinerary mapped out hour by hour so you don't have to plan anything. But however you do it, don't just drink your way through Temecula, experience it, and make sure that you enjoy yourself. That's it for our things to do on a weekend trip here in Temecula. Thanks for tuning in. If once you visit here, you think, hey, maybe I'd like to actually live here, feel free to reach out to myself and my team. We can set you up with all sorts of information and really answer some questions for you. You can call us, you can text us, you can send an email, or you can schedule a one-on-one Zoom consultation. Just click the link in the description below. That'll give you direct access to our calendar. You can book some time there and we can just chat whether this is the right move for you, whether you are looking to move in 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years. Doesn't matter to us. Happy to hop on one of those calls with you and just answer some questions and see if this would be a good fit for you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.